on camera all day. But listen, Mr. Keys, I'm vlogging.
How y'all doing? I'm Tana Mama. Y'all see where she getting from, right? I know. Sorry.
We sit down and we have family meetings and we converse about how we gonna build up this family last name.
Rest that bitch and then come back and fuck somewhere, you know? Think your boy is in there.
My favorite part of Baltimore, the Art District.
Everything is awesome. Oh shoot.
What?
Jalapeno. Okay. Rest tap. 3.5 out of 5.
And 2.2. 2.2.
Tavern. We love a good tavern. You my win. General Taylor Atkinson and Kira Jones. General.
Like where Canton is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way it is. Damn, some things will never change. Changes, yeah. That's just the way. It's just the way it is. Word up. Changes. Some things will never change. Gotta make a change. That's just the way it is. Gotta make a change sometime. Some things will never change. Gotta make a change. That's just the way it is. Gotta make a change sometime. Some things will never change. Gotta make a change.
And shelter. You can lease it out or you can sell it financing. Now, interesting part about when you sell a finance.
We need to breathe, say a prayer. I pray that we find our peace in this moment. You know, we need to take a moment to breathe and relax. Everybody send energy that we stay high level up in here because let's take it up. Thank you.
This sounds strong over here.
This time, my level.
It's high level. Yo, before we get out of here,
Hold up, that's very personal. This is a family affair. It's all family here. We said mile and let's go hour. All together in unison. Let's say our level.
Our level.
Is high level.
High level.
Our level.
Our level.
Is high level.
High level.
Give it up for yourself, people.
Baltimore, Maryland, I'm gonna need you to put your hands together.
Just can't get right. But the fact that there are hundreds of you in this room right now, in love, maybe in a spirited discussion, saying I'm willing to be patient with you, my brother. I'm willing to be patient with you, my sister. I'm willing to give you the moment that you need in order to get yourself together. I'm willing to do the internal work within myself to be there for you how you need me to be. I'm willing to do the internal work within my family for us to get to where we need to be. The sacrifice of ridding our ways and our notions of white supremacy. You know, not the kind of which that just calls you nigger in your face, but the kind that allows you or forces you to think that we can't work together. The notions, the small components that dwell in those inner thoughts of ourselves that makes me innately or inertially hate you. Can we sacrifice those thoughts? Can we sacrifice our time to say that no matter what, I will not do harm towards you? The sacrifice. I'm willing to tell you, or I'm willing to bet, that those who are coming from our community, those who make less than minimum wage, those who still figure out how to keep the lights on, how to keep the kids fed, those who still figure out how to put gas in the car, those are some of your most divine budgeters you'll find. This notion that we aren't good enough has been ingrained into many of us. So now the sacrifice of ridding those ways is what I'm challenging you to do tonight. I don't want nothing else from you, and I can't give you much more, but I can encourage you to love each other. With that love, this is what that sacrifice looks like. When we see the youngin' up the street, the youngin' who may be popped a few pills, the youngin' who may be seen as a little dangerous, are we willing to sacrifice our time to work there with them? Or do we just do what the others say, man, this little nigga crazy? You know, the young lady who may be 19 years old with 3 children and thinks all 4 seasons of the year is a hot girl summer, who may use a lot of choice words that some of us may describe as different. Some of us may describe them as off-putting, who may have been abused in ways in which we can't even fathom when she was younger. Can we sacrifice those negative thoughts that we see, that first come to our mind when we see her, and take our time with her? Are we willing to do that work? That work won't get us on Instagram. That work is not going to get us hundreds of thousands of followers. That work isn't going to create tons of clicks and views. But that work is what changes our community. It's not the PhDs, yeah, I got that. It's not the elected offices, I've been there too. I own a few businesses and got a bunch of titles and political science department chair, Virginia State, and a bunch of other stuff. But those things, I appreciate it, but those things, I love it. We here. But those things and that work there, that's for a specific segment of the population. The next group of people who may not ever get to see what a Trojan looks like, who may never get to see a Copper State, who may never be able to go to a UMBC or anywhere else, they too need us. Are we willing to put in that work? There's 2 things that I want us to take. Say it like, let's say it again.
I'm black and I'm proud.
And if I'm black and I'm proud, then I'm willing to love you in all of your blackness. If I'm black and I'm proud, that means your blackness is a reflection of mine. And no matter who you love, no matter what you think, no matter what your ideology is, no matter what you may be on, what you may have been through, or no matter where you may think that you're going, I still love you. I still love you.
All these people who have these skill sets, they started out, they weren't born knowing these skill sets, right? You had to learn it. And when they learned it and they applied the information, they found themselves at a higher tier in life. Right?
Higher level.
So, the one thing that you really got to focus on doing is acquiring those skill sets, whether it's trading, whether it's real estate, whether it's credit, whatever it may be. There's 4 stages to wealth in this game period, right? The first step is preparation. Everybody say that with me, preparation.
Preparation.
What are we preparing for? We're getting our banking in order, right? We're getting our credit in order. How many people got a 700 credit score better than you? It's okay. Let's go. Let's go. So you got banking, you got credit, you got personal finance, right? That's preparation. Once we get our house in order, we can now start to leverage those things to make money. What's the next step? The next step, we gotta generate an income, right?
Get that job.
Now, how do we generate an income? That's through job skills, right? The bigger your skill set, the more valuable your skill set, the more money you make, right? If your skill set is not as valuable to a lot of people, you don't make a lot of money, right? If I'm just filling a body in space somewhere at a job, I'm not really gonna make that much. If I'm saving somebody's life in a hospital, I'm gonna make more money, right?
Definitely.
So increase my job skills, I make more money. What else can I make more money with? Starting a business, right? Start a business. A business is also a skill set. A lot of people have businesses out here, right? We got a lot of entrepreneurs in the building. I know it. I can look at
How many business owners see out in the house?
I can see the entrepreneur business owner. The skill set. You gotta learn how to market. You gotta learn how to manage people, how to be emotionally intelligent, right?
Yeah. HR.
Emotional multiplying, trading, investing, all this good stuff. Next thing we want to do, we gotta protect that money, right? Because what's the point of making money if you can't protect it, you can't hold on to it? How do we do that? We got trust funds, right? We got tax strategies. Y'all know Donald Trump don't pay no taxes? How the man don't pay no taxes? Because he know the game, right?
Yeah.
We got life insurance policies. You can actually generate wealth through life insurance policies. Buying a life insurance, I'm not talking about a term policy you just put money into and it disappears. I'm talking about you put money into a life insurance policy that builds a cash value that you can actually loan out against. It becomes an asset. Y'all heard assets over liabilities, right? Yeah. So before we head out?
Yeah, quick framework, certs. So when it comes to certs, there's one of the main things that you need when you're building, essentially when you're in the building phase, it's a community, right? How many of y'all are part of a community, like BWO, right? Yeah, Disko. Okay. We in the house? Yeah, that's right. A community is extremely important. When I was saying your network is your net worth, in a community, you have a vast majority of, network that you can essentially pull from when it comes to resources, right? The next one is
community, education,
resources,
and tools.
Right.
All out forth from all of the dreams. We finally get to rise into the challenge of our authentic power and to live in accordance to one's true self with a vision and values and a life purpose, all in coordination. We finally get to have some coherence when we get to tap into our
Okay, they saying this thing might just work. Now I want to start the whole entrance over. They messing up what Michael Jackson wrote.
I would love to just get up here and just talk money, but I know we got problems. It's money screaming at us all the time. So, how do you know if you're a boy or man? How long you been settling with a thought and an idea and you've been feeling a way that you great, but you ain't actually been doing shit great? See, I want people to take this energy that's in the room today. Because I come from where you come from. I come from the streets. I've had multiple cases. I done experienced every childhood adverse experience that you can that's in a book. But I transmute trauma and turn that into overachievement. So we're not living in the time of the excuses. They say by 2053 black people ain't gonna have no wealth. I don't believe it. It could be true. Y'all believe it? No. Alright, a little louder than that. So what we gonna do in place? Because we gotta have a vision. Vision gives direction, it determines destination. Anytime you have a vision, you're guiding yourself along those steps. You plant the vision in your mind, especially in the black and the brown mind, you seed that. And once you seed it, you are impregnated with their thoughts, their ideas, and then you give birth to that because that's all you know. So if you're listening to music that's low vibrational, and now all it's doing is keeping you aggressive all the time, so somebody hop in your seat, you can get off, right? It ain't gonna have you in the mode to where you can relax and chill when anything happen. It's like you just got $1 million. mother could push you. You know what? You got that. I'm in bliss right now. Whatever you trying to start, you would. That's where we at when we in bliss. We feeling good. We got heaven. Right? Heaven is a mindset. So when we live and we exist in heaven, we working to get to our highest level. We look at the person that we are and say, man, this is my lowest level. I've been greater than this. I know I can produce a greater fathom in my imagination. I done been at lower levels in my life and I was thinking, damn, what future keys on? Future keys the whole time was standing in front of a crowd in B-more. Future keys the whole time was selling out Apollo in London and Toronto. I ain't had Future Keys money. I ain't gonna lie, man. These other races, they overlapping us. Shout out to all my brown people in the building. Y'all killing it. Shout out to my Asians in the building. Just a couple claps, I know. Y'all safe here, by the way. We good. Hey, come on, my brown people. Make some noise. I study how y'all build wealth. I study how the Asians build wealth. I study how the Jews build wealth. And they have something over us that we don't have, and that's family. Native Americans will send you into the woods first for 3 days, see if you can fend for yourself. Right? So now you're developing those skill sets and those traits that say, I'm ready to face the world as a man. But a lot of people go out there and they realize, like, damn, I'm not ready. They call it the Peter Pan syndrome. You're the boy, you think everything is magical, nothing is real. You got somebody always paying the bills, feeding you, clothing you. Then when you got to do that on your own, some of y'all done slept with some hobos. These man boys, I've been there. I'm not homosexual, you feel me? But I remember not having money and then trying to utilize the game that I had to get over. Because I was a boy, I didn't know how to manage life for myself. I didn't have those executive skill sets on how to think, how to process, and how to strategize. See, a strategist is a leader, he's a general. I don't just react to what happens in the world, I take a step back and I plan. And as a general, because I studied the greatest generals in time, like Hannibal Barca. How many people know Hannibal Barca? Come on now, Hannibal Barca was the father of military genius. He invented the art of surprise. A young brother, African brother over there, continuing his father's war. The only one to beat the Roman Empire. But when you talk about strategy, and you talk about, let's say, we talk about currency wars, and they talk about the net worth of black people to be zero by 2053, what's your strategy? No, we're not just gonna react and get mad and post stuff on social media. I took a look at this and I said, okay, well, the reality of it is it's based on us having zero assets, because that's what wealth is. It's time, money, resources, and knowledge, right? You got a lot of time, that's a lot of wealth. A lot of resources, that's a lot of wealth, right? A lot of money, that's a lot of wealth. A lot of knowledge, because the knowledge can make the difference between something being a liability and an asset, right? Because if you don't have the knowledge, a person can give you an asset that becomes a liability. Family last name is worth more. I don't see nobody saying, look, I just bought 20 acres of land. Now I have something with intrinsic value that's never gonna go down to zero. That's different. I don't see people developing the skill sets to say, you know, when the market go down, I'm gonna learn how to play options so I can make money even if the fall of America happens. Then, not only that, we can create our own media just by people creating YouTubes. But how much of it do we do? Because if you're accumulating content for the last 10 years, those videos start to become a library that people is using, like this Google, and you making money on a daily basis. I see little kids making millions of dollars, so I gotta ask, what's your strategy? If AI takes your job, let it have it. You're supposed to learn how to utilize the software because you're that intelligent. I see people already making millions and millions of dollars. They putting out books, have AI write the book, throw it on Amazon, look up the most researched one. So now when people research it, their book is coming up and they making passive income. See, we have to be intelligent in this day and time because it's not about artificial intelligence, it's about our natural intelligence. So if you develop your natural intelligence, because artificial intelligence was based on the neocortex, our ability to think. So what is there to be afraid of? People say, why are you teaching it? It's everywhere. You think I'm pushing it? You think it's gonna stop if I don't say nothing? See, we got a problem where we're so fearful because of trauma, because of the way our relationships have been formed, that every time something happens, we form a fear-based relationship with it. We have financial trauma, we form a fear-based relationship with that. So if you're never in a state of relaxation, of rest and calmness, your nervous system is overactive all the time. You're always waiting for something to happen. That's a traumatic response. So when we talk about working through those things, number one, we don't even know how to breathe correctly. You ever notice when you get angry, you start to pant a little bit? That's losing control. How many people think they know how to breathe right? There's an exercise I want everybody to do. Stand up. Let's get the energy right, man. This ain't no... Meaning throat or voice. So when we're talking about God, you have to think about it in the sense that everybody says they praise to God. But every time you say that, you are evoking something. So when a person says, I am, they're taking that place and saying that they're God. They have the ability to vote. You literally sit at home and then you chant words and you use your voice and you believe that you evoke it and you can change things just by sitting at home. You playing God when you pray. Now, complaints are prayers to the devil. But when we speaking that positive favor over our life, we're still activating that energy inside us. And then when we operate at good at all times, we tap into that Christ consciousness. That's when you start to become a master, to where everything you say comes into reality, and you have to be careful of what you speak. Now I know some of you all may have sensibilities, you may be Christian, Catholics, whatever it is. But when you understand that ye are all gods, and you tap into that voice and that power, and the reason that some of us don't want to be God is because you are praying to a false one. See, in slavery time, you believe that the one who created God, he had to be wrong, because morally that's the master, and anything that the master does must be wrong. So you take on a slave moral system. No, if I create my own God, I gotta be wrong. I can't be nothing like master. No, when we left the fields, we're supposed to become our own masters. We're supposed to go back into the energy that we draw from that ancestral intelligence. We're supposed to, just the way our ancestors did when they built up Black Wall Street, they spoke that into existence. When we seen each other, we weren't saying hello, we were saying peace. We were saying assalamu alaikum, we were saying peace, God, but we were speaking energy into you. Now we walk around and just say, hello, what's up? No, I ain't gotta ask you a question. I already know what's up. I know it's about to happen. We're about to change the world. You are, I give away most of all my knowledge, my energy, and my game in high-level conversations. When we come here, it's about creating a moment of energy and time to where we get to know ourselves. We get to be surrounded by people who mean no harm for us, who have love for us, who are there to be in that same spirit of transforming their lives as well. That job you're working in, that ain't you. Some of y'all are with people you don't even need to be with. But when you start to love yourself and you know who you are from a self-aware state, because the cure is awareness. Once you become aware of something, you have power over it. But if you are operating in this state of unawareness, then you're dead in the unconscious. Trying to bring light to areas that's dark. But see, that darkness is the womb, so if you're going through something, you have to use the power of what you're going through in order to get through it so that you can grow. You can confide in yourself. You know that you're going to stand up for yourself at any given moment. You're no longer passive. You have to be aggressive with your dreams. We have to stop procrastinating. Procrastination is that mental illness that we face on a daily basis, knowing we're supposed to be doing the work, but we keep distracting ourselves because it's too painful. That's trauma. What we're waiting for is a whole planet out there for us to take over. But ain't nobody speaking to us like this. Ain't nobody telling you who you are. Because they know if you knew who you are, you would take over everything. We sit down and we have family meetings and we converse about how we gonna build up this family last name. We make sure that everybody is taking some money and putting it into some assets. We make sure that somebody in the family got a skill set. They know how to trade, they know how to do stocks, they know how to do marketing, branding, salesmanship, they know how to design, doing graphics, they know how to do social media, something. But you can't be walking around here like a bum with your head down. Get some work.
Get some work.
That's what we came here for, right?
How y'all doing? I'm Taylor Mama. Y'all see where this shit getting from, right? I know, I can try. Sorry.
Shit, guys. It's been an amazing night. Amazing evening. Sorry for the ticket.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. Because you know I'm the best mama in the world. You know? Period.
Right? So if you don't have power over yourself, then you can give yourself any order in the world that you want to take it.
The general is out.
Don't stop it, get down. Don't stop it. You should be in profit. Getting your brain.
Look at me. Give me a little. Hello. We're currently at Homestead, Morristown. We're about to eat and have some fun, okay? After work. Let's go. Yes.